Oh, wow. Okay. So, hey guys, it's me, T, and yeah, it is raining like cats and dogs today, so I don't have any central lighting. It's very gloomy outside. Like, I'll turn, see how gloomy it is? So gloomy. But I still wanted to do my Riverdale review. So this video will contain spoilers. If you haven't seen the season 2 opener, then just click out of this video, go watch it on the CWTV.com or the CW app. And if you are watching me in Canada or the UK, it should be on Netflix. So anyway, everybody, if you've been following me for a really long time, you know how much I love Riverdale. Riverdale is like the greatest show to me. But one thing I don't like is because I feel like those actors do such good work and they put in, you know, such hard work. But since this show is considered like a teen drama, it won't get its awards and comeuppance that I think it deserves. Like, yeah, Teen Choice Awards was great and everything. But like, I feel like some of the acting in last night's episode was Emmy worthy. Like, that's just how I feel, but you know, I don't work in Hollywood. So Riverdale season 2 opens with Archie racing to get his father to the hospital. If you saw the finale in season 1, you will know that Fred Andrews has been shot. He was shot, y'all. The only parent in Riverdale that seems to be normal and doesn't treat their child like shit or belittle them is the one who gets shot. Like, ain't that a bitch? So Jughead is narrating and how Archie ain't even got his license yet, but he's trying to race to get to his daddy to the hospital. That scene where both of the truck doors are open and that trail of blood leading into the hospital. Oh my God. Oh my God. Then, while he's like, you know, yelling, my dad needs help and everything, and they're getting him ready, we shoot to a flash forward. It's not a flashback, it's a flash forward of the core 4 taking pics at their graduation. And Fred goes, I couldn't believe, I didn't think I'd live to see this. And Jughead goes, but you didn't, Mr. A. And Betty goes, yeah, you don't remember at Pops? You didn't live to see this day, Mr. Andrews. Like, it was so fucked. Oh my God. And then we shoot to Betty and Alice sitting in the kitchen, and Betty tells her mother about her and Jughead going to the trailer. Alice has some great jokes and really quick one-liners in that scene. And then Alice, you know, proceeds to say that apple doesn't fall far from the tree, especially when there's a snake wrapped up in it, because she thinks that after Betty told her that they were interrupted by the Southside Serpents, that Jughead may be one. And Hermione and Veronica are still on edge with each other. You know, Veronica just drinking mimosas like, fuck you, bitch, I do what I want. Then they get a call about Archie. So now we're at the hospital, and enter Sheriff Keller, and he asked Archie to go over everything that happened. The part that made me laugh was when he said, Sheriff Keller goes, this guy could have been hocked up on meth or jingle jangle. What the fuck is jingle jangle, Sheriff Keller? What kind of drug is that? Like, anywho, then it's suggested that Archie go home, change his clothes, you know, because the boy is covered in his daddy's blood, you know, and Betty agrees with Veronica, like, they should go home, and so Veronica goes with him. They change, and then a flash happens of Fred with Archie in a suitcase, and now in this flash forward, Archie like has taken over his dad's business, and Fred is going, I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready to go yet. And Archie's like, Dad, you can't change your mind now. They're waiting for you. And he goes, who waiting on me? And he's like, Uncle so-and-so and Grandpa so-and-so. He goes, son, what are you talking about? They're dead. Like, now at this part of the episode, I'm like, oh my God. They're going to kill off Fred. They're going to kill off Fred. That's why they keep giving us flashes of a life that he ain't going to have. So, Archie goes home with Ronnie, and he immediately wants to walk his dog, Vegas. And I loved when Veronica says to Archie, like that, because he was just about to go in his Letterman that's covered in blood and everything. She goes, you look like you're about to audition for the teen reboot of The Shining. That shit was so funny. And I loved when they were walking Vegas and he was telling the story about how he got Vegas and how he wanted Vegas so bad. And oh, it tore at my heartstrings when he said, you know, the truth is, no one loves Vegas more than my dad. And it just, Fred, oh God, I felt so bad. Just, oh my God, I felt so bad. So then Jughead, he asked these two serpents that were at the end of the finale in season 1 to, you know, sniff around town and see if they know anything about what happened or any connection to Fred Andrews getting shot. And of course they agree. So then we shoot back to Veronica and Archie and the scene that everybody been waiting on happened. The shower scene. We up in the shower, y'all, shower scene. I liked it. I liked how it was done. I liked the silhouette of them through the shower curtain. I liked because it wasn't extremely graphic. And for all these people bitching, they're supposed to be in high school, you're freaking sophomores, what's going on? Do you want to know the type of shit when I was a sophomore that kids was doing in high school? I mean, I once had a girl offer to pay me for my Adderall. And then when I didn't have any more Adderall, she wanted to pay me for my ibuprofen. We was selling drugs. Okay, I sell my meds. I need my meds. I'm loonier as shit. But, so you bitching about a shower scene? Girl, kids is buying ibuprofen in school. Where you been at? Anywho, so if you bitching about it, shut up. Because I thought it was very well done and, you know, I like the music and everything. Then we shoot to Betty and Kevin at the hospital, and Betty's telling Kevin everything, and Betty tells Kevin how she's worried Jughead may become a Southside Serpent, and, you know, Kevin's all, did you not learn anything from me and Joaquin? Like, come on. Bro, Jughead ain't killed nobody. Well, Joaquin didn't kill anybody. He just hit a body and cleaned up buckets of blood. So Jughead is not like Joaquin. So I'm gonna need Kevin to calm the fuck down. Then my bitch showed up. Motherfucking Cheryl Blossom. That fucking walk and that hair flip with that little white dress on. My mother said how she just thought it was so funny. She's in this white outfit. It's kind of charred, but this bright red heart is just like right on her hip. And so then Betty and Kevin, they see Cheryl and they ask her what happened. And I love because Cheryl's like, you haven't heard? There was a terrible fire at Thornhill. Like, she's so calm and just, there was a terrible fire. And I love because it's this elaborate lie. Like, she says how her mother, well, she first goes, after my ordeal at Sweetwater, I went home to go to sleep, and apparently they think it was a draft that knocked one of the candles over and it caught the curtains, and her mother ran straight into the blaze to save her baby. And now Penelope has 3rd-degree burns and heavy smoke inhalation because she wanted to save Cheryl. That ain't what happened. Because, I mean, last time I checked, Cheryl, you took a candelabra and said to your mama, this is the only way we can purify. And then threw that bitch down. And I love because later, because I'm going to touch on the scene with Cheryl and her mother. I love how, because you're thinking when you're seeing these previews, how the fuck is Penelope all burnt the fuck up? Because we ended season 1 with them standing outside. So we got lie number 1 that she ran in to try to save Cheryl. But we know Penelope. We know. Okay. So then we shoot to Archie and Veronica. They get into a little fight, and Archie's all upset and everything about his daddy Wally, when really he's not upset about the Wally. He's upset and terrified because he might lose his daddy. And they have a sweet and touching moment after she like, I ain't going nowhere. Yell at me, push me away, but I ain't leaving you. It was real cute. So then Archie gets a call from the sheriff and he has to go do a lineup, which I personally think, you know, in that circumstance, I don't think he should have went alone. You know, that can be very traumatizing to look at people that may or may not have shot your father and have to relive that moment. Then we get an awesome bughead scene of them getting on a motorcycle. Well, him already on, and Betty more like, oh no. I guess I go, you know. So she get on it because they're going to Pops. So we shoot to Hermione and Veronica sitting in the part of the hospital where you can pray and stuff. And they get into it. Veronica accuses her mother of having something to do with Fred getting shot and doesn't believe that her mother's this innocent, you know, delicate thing anymore. She believes that her mother is Hiram's eyes and ears on the ground. And we finally got to see Hermione say from those promos with Veronica, your disrespect will not be tolerated. And first of all, Hermione, pot calling the kettle black. You said to your daughter in season 1 to use her body to get Archie to do whatever she said so that so she could tell Archie, hey, your dad should leave this so my parents can have it. You literally suggested that, Hermione. So the fact that she would even suggest that, and she does this whole, you know, I should slap you for what you're insinuating. Bitch, you ain't innocent. You talking about slapping folks. You literally gave money to the mayor when your husband had hired the serpents to decrease the value of the driving land. Like, you not innocent. And you forged your daughter's signature, but sure, Veronica's the one who needs to be slapped. Okay. So then Archie, while talking to his dad in bed, because they finally got Fred Andrews to a room and he's in a bed, and we get another flash forward of Archie showing Fred a ring and Pops that he got for Veronica, and because they're getting married. And then Pops comes over and he's like, oh, well, you know, time dies. And Fred's like, what? And then they're pointing at him, and then Fred's bleeding out. It was so dramatic, but I loved it. So then Betty and Jughead go to Pops, where he tells them no money was taken and how this guy wasn't a thief, and it was like the angel of death had come to Riverdale because there was something deeper and darker in this man's eyes, and how he's experienced theft before, but not like that. And then Betty is worried that Jughead will join the Serpents since he's decided to stay in his daddy's trailer and ride his daddy's motorcycle because he wants to be closer to his daddy. So, I mean, it makes sense. Then we see Cheryl and her mother know that, now this scene, I feel like if anybody needed to get awards, besides KJ Appa acting his ass off in this whole episode, but especially the opening and the really emotional parts about his dad. But if anybody deserves an award, it's fucking Madeline Petch for this scene with her mama. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. So Cheryl goes, good, you're awake. The Baby Jane line put me out. Like, so here's the deal, Baby Jane. Like, that shit, oh my God. So Cheryl is basically telling Penelope, she's telling everyone that the fire at Thornhill was a terrible and tragic accident, and that Penelope actually ran in the house to save Cheryl. And then we find out that Penelope ran into the house to save that family portrait of Clifford and Jason and Cheryl and her. And, you know, that's why she all burnt to a fucking crisp. Bitch, you mean your daughter got you out of the house, unburnt, just a little dirty, but your dumb ass run back in the house for a fucking portrait. Girl. So Cheryl's like, I'm telling everybody it's an accident. And this is when I was like, yep, I fucking knew it. Cheryl goes, if you tell anyone what really happened with the fire, I'll tell everyone what really happened with Daddy in the barn. I knew it. I fucking knew Clifford Blossom didn't kill himself. They fucking did it together. I know they did. Calling it now. So then she says, oh my God, this part, I fucking loved it. So she goes, you were cruel to me, Mother. It was abuse. Plain and simple. Henceforth, if you breathe, it is because I gave you air. If you drink, it is because I poured your cup myself. And if you move, it is quietly and with my blessing. And when she's saying that to her, she done grabbed her mama's oxygen wire and is clutching that bitch while she's saying it. And fucking poor Penelope is, you know, because she can't breathe. And then after that, Cheryl just stands up and goes, things are going to be better now, mommy. You'll see. Wait, what the Cheryl's crazy! Cheryl is on some other shit! Oh my God! Like, it went so left so fast, but it's not like Penelope don't deserve it. Penelope isn't a great person, so, I mean, it made sense. I just thought that scene was so dynamic, so well done, and the acting was superb. And even the acting on Natalie Bolt's part. She may not say anything in that whole scene, but the acting with her eyes and her body is in full terror of her daughter now. That was some hellified acting. So, then Archie tells the gang about what happened after Fred was shot and how this masked guy held the gun to Archie's head and how Archie closed his eyes and didn't open them until he heard Pop's bells jingle above the door and said how he was a coward. You're not a coward because of something like that, Archie. If anything, you did everything you could. Plus, if you think about it, what is a 15-year-old boy gonna do when they just watched their parent get shot? You're not gonna fucking spring into action like you Superman and no shit. You probably would freeze. So, you know, I love because he had that scene and his friends are trying to like tell him that everything is fine, you know, and that his father would be proud of him and that he shouldn't be so hard on himself. And then we shoot to Archie going to see his daddy, and Cheryl is in the room and gave Fred a kiss. And she goes, you gave me the kiss of life at Sweetwater, Archie, and I'm paying you back. He's gonna be just fine. What I will say about the Cheryl character, when she does things that are sweet and unexpected, they're genuinely sweet and they come off extremely creepy because that's not her. But when she does something evil or she's about to plot, she goes all in. So I think I like that about her character, that either way, when she's being good, she's genuinely being good. When she's being bad, oh baby, she bad. But anyway, we get another flash forward to a wedding, and it's Veronica and Archie's, and Fred is standing up there and he notices in the crowd of guests Clifford and Jason Blossom. Now we know they did and Fred know they did, so Fred is like, what the fuck? And then you see the gunman that shot him coming up the aisle, and Fred is talking but no one is hearing him, and he jumps in front of Archie, and then he wakes up and Archie's like, can you hear me? And he's like, you know. Then I love because Fred said after Archie goes, nothing like this is ever going to happen to you again. I'm always going to protect you. I love because Fred goes, that's why I came back, to protect you. Oh, someone get this man a medal for Daddy of the Year, because Fred is killing it. Fred is killing it. Okay, even shot, he care about his baby. So then Betty and Jughead have a cute moment outside where they kiss in the rain. And she's like, I support you. Whatever you need to do to figure things out, I support you. It's so cute. And then another dynamic scene. Jughead comes home to find the serpents that he asked for help have a bloody man just sitting in his living room. He's like, what the hell is this? He's like, we did what you asked. We went and asked around, and this motherfucker said how, you know, that bitch Hermione was going to run it. And so it's good that Fred got gut shot. And so they beat him to a pulp and then found out that he was just talking shit. There was nothing wrong with that man. And then this serpent tells Jughead, you know, without the jacket, you're still a serpent. Like, well, shit. It's like getting jumped in without actually getting jumped. Like, holy shit. And then he also makes it known to have Jughead tell his father that we did this because he means a lot. And then another amazing introduction. Veronica comes home and there he is, Hiram motherfucking Lodge, played by Mark Consuelos, and with his cute ass. Oh my goodness. You so fine. And they have the whole scene, and here come Hermione, and she drank your crystal. And he's all, so disrespectful, mija. It's not like you. And she's like, I've changed. You have no idea. The question is, have you? And then Hiram's like, I haven't changed enough to not want a kiss from my daughter. And she come over and give him like a, I guess. Then she turns around and tells him that Fred woke up, you know, and I like what she goes, and we're all real happy about that. And then walks away. Then, when we see Jughead narrating again, and we see Molly Ringwald, who plays Mrs. Andrews, going up the stairs to bring Fred some food, Archie grabbing a little box to sit on to watch the front door and the back door with a bat, because he has vowed to always protect his daddy as long as that masked motherfucker is out there. So, then, the ending. In Greendale, we see the pedo of all pedos, Miss Grundy's pedophilic ass, giving piano lessons. And then kissing the young boy she gave piano lessons to, still being a pedophile. And she goes into her house and she sees the music sheets on the floor. She picks them up. She turns and see her window has been open. She's looking like, what the fuck? And then that masked motherfucker who shot Fred came up behind her and fucking had a bar and killed her. And she just died. Now, that's what you get for being a pedophile. You know, I know there should be like a, oh my God, Miss Grundy has been murdered. No, it's not. Miss Grundy was a pedophilic bitch, and she needed to die. So, that was the season 2 opener of Riverdale. This video is 22 fucking minutes long. Riverdale kicked ass. That's how you start a season 2. I am even more pumped, especially when you see the previews to next week, and my girl Cheryl being one of the pussycats standing on top of Pops. They getting it. And then you see Betty and Jughead working at Pops. You see Hiram and Hermione hanging out. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited, y'all. That's how you start a season 2. Woo! So, I hope you guys like this review. Tell me what you thought about the season 2 opener in the comments below. What was your favorite scene? What was your favorite line? What was your favorite moment? And like I say at the end of all my videos, if no one's told you that you're awesome and that they love you, I think you're awesome and I love you.